So, hello everyone. This is Ronnie, and it's a real pleasure to have you back here. So, if you remember on previous videos, we have been talking about the different parts of speech and sentence elements, which is, I would say, not really a complicated topic. But when it comes to the syntactical analysis, then there might be some caveats that people might consider certainly somewhat cumbersome. So in today's video, what I want to clarify is pretty much how to start working on very basic syntactical analysis using a tree diagram. So tree diagramming for syntactic analysis of sentences is not really that complicated, but you certainly need to understand every part of speech and every word function in the statement. And in order for you to understand that, I would definitely invite you to watch the previous videos on different word categories and sentence and like the parts of the sentence. Okay, that's what I wanted to say. So right now I will just write kind of a not really well. This is kind of a simple sentence, I would say, but I really want to include something a little bit more complicated this time. So that's going to be a prepositional phrase at the end. Okay, so we're going to say she, and I think that I'm going to use something a little thicker. All right, so we say she finished the test in 20 minutes. All right, so we have here she finished the test in 20 minutes, and I will change the color of my pen so that we can start analyzing this. So normally in tree diagramming, what you start doing is analyzing the statement and analyzing every single word from right to left. Now there is kind of I would say an exception for this rule, and is that you don't really go analyzing every single word and I mean from right to left, and then you start pretty much just arranging the different constituents that are in the statement. What you actually do is pretty much just having the basic idea of constituents. And if you don't remember what constituents are, I will invite you to watch a previous video that we have uploaded regarding that topic. So you certainly need to understand the basic idea of constituents and how they work within a sentence and the different constituents that are possible to happen in a statement. Okay, so we know really well that we cannot really have a constituent that says a noun plus adjective. Of course, there are exceptions in the statement, but we don't really have that. Okay, so what we know is that usually a noun is preceded by an adjective. Okay, so that's a way that we associate that an adjective plus a noun is a noun phrase. Okay, so in this case, we will do this. I say minutes, and since obviously this is, if you check it here, okay, it's pluralized. So if you remember, like the basics of grammar one, you will remember that every word that can be pluralized in most of the cases will actually be a noun. So this is a noun, and we tag it with an n on top. Then I say 20. So if you remember, 20 is a number, well, of course, and all numbers are actually categorizing words. A number is actually giving me a property of uh, plural in a word. So I say this is an adjective. And here what we have is a preposition. So with all these elements already categorized or labeled, I will start making the analysis of these two here, and I will say, okay, in adjective plus noun, what we have, and this is actually a possible, a possible constituent, what we have is a noun phrase, all right? A noun phrase. So in this case, since preposition is not really part of a constituent that says adjective plus noun, that's why I cannot have it here at the same level like this. I cannot do that. So that is not possible to stem it in that way. So what I will do is just to place it on top of this, because if you remember, prepositional phrases are actually modifiers, all right? So in this case, what I have is prepositional phrase. All right, so that's it. Now the next constituent is not that difficult because what I have here is very much just a determiner plus a noun, okay? So we have here the noun, again, the test, and then the determiner. So these two are actually a noun phrase. But if we just say it like that, then we need to understand that pretty much since this part here is actually modifying this, okay, then what I need to know is that this here belongs to this here. So I will just erase that circle and that arrow, and then that means that this contains the prepositional phrase. And then we know that the constituent for this actually says that if you have a noun phrase plus a prepositional phrase, then that becomes a noun phrase, another noun phrase. Then what I have here is finished, which is a verb. So a verb plus a noun phrase becomes a verb phrase. And finally, over here, this is very easy because what I have is just a pronoun, she. Okay, with all these categorized, the next step is just to write an S on top. Okay, so I will probably do it with a different color here so that you can see it much better. Just let me find the right hue for this. I really want it to stand out. Jesus, colors are sometimes very difficult to find, but I'm doing my best. Okay, I think that I got it. Okay, let's see how it goes with this one. So let's write a big S here. Not bad. Okay, so if you remember the two basic parts of the statement, because the S actually stands for statement, we have predicate and we have subject on this side. All right, so with that in mind, all I need to do is just to connect these two right here. All right, and that's it. Thank you so much for watching this video.